20,000 people are expected to be attending this Apollo 11 event tomorrow. So I want you to look at this map that I've pulled up for you, and we can talk about going there and the best way around it, because if you've ever visited the facility before, you know that there's a lot of on-site parking. And it's really pretty easy usually, but if you don't plan ahead for this one, there's no on-site parking for the general public. So you will only be able to use that facility, that parking lot, if you are a VIP ticket holder, or if you have a disabled placard, and that needs to be visible, and then you can use it. But all the rest of the people going to this event are going to have to shuttle over. So you think, well, where am I supposed to park? They are supposed to have signs very clearly indicating where you need to turn for Challenger Columbia Stadium. So they are telling everyone to go there, and then they will have a free shuttle service available to go to Space Center Houston. Also keep this in mind, because a lot of flyers were passed out to some local businesses off NASA Road 1 earlier this week, and they, at their discretion, can call a tow truck if you choose to park in their parking lot. Just don't do that, because nobody wants to get towed away after a fun day, a fun event with your family. And also, you don't have to do that, because parking is going to be free for you. So talking about the Gulf Freeway and 146 just actually getting to the event, we don't have any major construction projects on either one of those routes to take to get to Space Center Houston. So that's a little bit of good news for Saturday. Yeah.
That's great. So far, we don't have too many questions about some of these closures, but we do want to thank some people for watching, like Brenda and Brittany. Thank you for watching, and make sure that to share this, share our stream with those with your loved ones who might be heading downtown, who might be affected by these closures.
Yeah, well, speaking of downtown, that brings us to another big event. I'm actually going to this one tomorrow, so maybe we'll see some viewers there. Come over and say hi. This is the Discovery Green Apollo 11 event, so that's right in front of GRB. A lot of people expected to attend this one as well. So this one gets underway when it's a little bit cooler outside. So 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Jaime. Here's the deal with this one. The lots. So the parking is going to be, crazy like it always is downtown, but the reason why it's going to be a little extra oomph on this one is because we also have an Astros game at the same time and a Dynamo soccer match. So everyone's going to be fighting for the same parking lots. There are a ton around Houston, but if you think ahead on this, you can kind of take away the stress of the event. There's a couple of apps that I use for parking. One of them is called the Park Mobile app, and the other one is called Park Houston. And what that allows you to do is look at all the available spots around the downtown area, and you can pick out your spot beforehand and also pay. And so you could just roll up to your spot, and it takes the stress out of everything. So Discovery Green, that's gonna be going on in the evening, and you can just plan on, just trying to make it a more fun kind of an evening if you do think ahead on which lots you want to use. The good news with this event is that there's nothing going on at Toyota Center tomorrow night. So since they're dark, that does ease up a little bit of the lot availability on that block.
That was going to be my next question. Usually, lately when we've had sort of big events at Discovery Green, usually there's always the Astros tend to have tendency to be a town. Luckily, we're out of basketball season, and the Rockets, playing, it's not an issue, because I think the last time when we had Palooza down there at the GRB, you also had both teams in town playing games all weekend long. So
well, there is an Astros game, but I looked ahead on Toyota Center's website, and they don't have any concerts or anything. Khalid just came, so that would have been a bad thing if they would have been playing tomorrow night. But no, so we're good to go as far as that. GRB, Avenida de las Americas will be shut down just in the general facility, but that's by Lamar Street, and that's not uncommon. So that you're used to. They usually shut it down whenever they feel like it anyway. But you will still be able to get to that parking structure off Lamar, but that one's going to be packed. So yeah, those are the two big ones, but there's other little tiny celebrations all around town. But you just want to, just planning ahead. It all requires thinking ahead to just take the stress out of things.
John was, kind of just urging people. He was saying here, but it's probably best if some people took like an Uber or Lyft. It'd be probably cheaper instead of trying to park downtown, wouldn't it not?
Yes, you can, but keep in mind that there are surcharges with Uber and Lyft do know about the events too, and I'll give you a tip on that if you aren't using rideshare services very often. If you get dropped off safely, I say safely because if you're by yourself, then just go ahead and pay for it. But if you're with friends, have them drop you off like a couple of blocks away, because that will drop, especially for being picked up. I'll tell you, I went to a Janet Jackson concert one time, and I was at the event, and it was $80 to go a couple of blocks. I walked 3 blocks by myself, and it dropped to $20.
Wow, what a difference.
It's a huge difference, but that's what they do. Supply and demand, the old business model of supply and demand out there. So yeah, that is always a great idea, but that requires some thinking as well if you want to save money, because you end up paying more in getting there than you would for the actual event. Now that being said, I want to take you guys to another map, because you may have forgotten about this depending on which way you're coming. East Tex Freeway is going to be open, but a reminder, there's going to be extra pressure on the East Tex Freeway because we have this construction project going on. I don't know if some of you folks, hopefully you did not get stuck in it, but I know a lot of people who did. We had this construction project going on last week, and it will happen again tonight through the whole weekend. It's not going to be a nightly closure, it's continuous. So this is the West Loop southbound side from Katy Freeway to Post Oak. Total closure. They're doing that bus lane flyover, that addition to this structure that's going on by the Galleria. Oh, excuse me. Oh, did anyone hear that? It's live, everyone. I just dumped over a bunch of water. But so this closure is really messing up a lot of people, because this is a part in town that has a tendency to be very, very packed on its own Monday through Sunday. We don't ever really get a break. So even the alternate routes are going to be packed, and that's Chimney Rock, but then also East Tex Freeway is your only other freeway alternate route, and the East Tex Freeway is by the Discovery Green event, and it is also by the Dynamo game, and it is also by the Astros game. So just keep that in mind when you head out.
Well, that's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, I know. Well, but that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's a lot to keep track of. Wow, but
it is. We'll go back to our Space Center map too, just to recap on that. Just also think too, when you go to the event, there's a clear bag policy. So you want to make sure you go to the website and read ahead on that, because you don't want to get all the way there and then not be able to bring your purse in.
Brian was asking if we have any more information about parking around the Space Center events.
Yes, so I have this map pulled up right here. So the only parking information that you need to know is that they are having all of the general ticket holders, the general admission, Challenger Columbia Stadium. It's a stadium that's close by, and what they'll have you do is park there for free, and there's a free shuttle service that will then take you to the actual event. It's not that far away. So the only way that you can park on site, because NASA Road 1 right in front of the event is going to be completely shut down, only open to shuttle buses. So if you're a VIP ticket holder, you can get in, or if you have a disabled placard, you can use the on-site parking, but everyone else will be maneuvered around to the Challenger Columbia Stadium. Yeah, so again, that's recapping that, and that's the biggest thing you need to know. And if you're just joining us, there is no construction that's going to mess up your drive using the Gulf Freeway or 146. And then let's take a final look at the Discovery Green map here. And no major street closures around this event except Avenida de las Americas. They usually shut that down for any kind of event. You will be able to access the Lamar Street parking structure, but use all of the neighboring surface lots and plan ahead and use your mobile parking apps to reserve a spot. And enjoy yourselves, everyone. It's going to be such an incredible event, and it's just so fun to just learn about how Houston played such a big role in Apollo 11.
Oh, absolutely. And we have a bunch of content about this event, and just the history of everything surrounding the anniversary on KHUA.com. If you just go over there and check it out, just a lot of great reads, a lot of great videos and photos, everything. and we'll be covering it all weekend live.
Yes, and I'll be at Discovery Green, so if you see me, say hello. I would love to meet viewers out there, and let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me, Twitter @StephKHOU. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.